Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, Da Silva family. We are back once again on the journey of youth. Today, we are going to discuss religion. As a young person, when you're in school, college, university, religion isn't cool at all. But today, we're going to talk about my experience. As a young person, religion isn't cool. When you're in school, you want to impress your friends, you want to impress everybody around you, and religion is one of those things that young people don't find it cool at all. And I think it's one of those stages in life where you're almost embarrassed about being religious or believing in God as a young person. It's that stage of life where we can almost say it's the stage of life where you must reject God. But I'm gonna share with you my experience as a Christian, and I'm gonna get straight to the point on how I saw Jesus three times. Three times Jesus came to me. The first time I saw Jesus was I was still in college. But bear in mind, the story I'm about to tell you, these three stories I'm about to tell you on how I saw Jesus for the first time, it's mind-blowing. And every now and then, I still go back to the moment that I saw Jesus three times. And you have to bear in mind also that I was never born in a house that believed, well, we believed in God, but the house where I grew up, we weren't really church people. You know, typically in an African family, the parents would push their children to go to church. Their house is really religious, and they constantly praying and going to church and forcing the children. Where I grew up, my house wasn't like that. You know, we weren't obligated to go to church. We weren't forced to pray or read the Bible or anything like that growing up. But and my best friend, when I moved from Africa to South Wales, my best friend, he was Muslim. My best friend was Muslim, and I didn't have a religion in terms of actually having a firm belief in God and Christianity or Islam or any other religion. Growing up, I wasn't interested in that. I wasn't even paying attention to it, but I always knew there was a higher power. The reason why I'm saying this is because there is a difference between a person that is born in a house that is religious based and a person that grows up in a house that is not religious based. That is why I'm saying this. And the thing you need to understand as well, again, growing up, my best friend was Muslim. I could have just chosen to follow Islam. I could have just chosen to follow any other religion, but the crazy experience happened. I moved from South Wales to another city in West Midlands, and in West Midlands, attending college, that's when I started to surround myself, or better yet, people who were Christian began to befriend me. Those are the people that I started to hang out with most at school, at college I mean. Bear in mind, my best friend back in Wales was Muslim, but I was not, like, the interest of religion never really got to me. Not till I actually moved city and started hanging around with people who were Christian that I eventually decided to give my life to God. And the crazy thing is, I now understand why Jesus came to me three times. I now understand how I experienced Jesus the way I did during my teen years when I was in college. It was because of my relationship with Jesus. I was starving to get to know Jesus. And I truly believe that sometimes most Christians don't fully experience Jesus because of the relationship. And when I talk about relationship, I'm not going to say I'm in the same place that I was during the time when I saw Jesus. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys, oh, I'm extremely religious. But then again, I need to stop using the term religion, because Christianity is not a religion. It's a relationship with Jesus. So let's go back again. My relationship with Jesus isn't at the level of the times when I was at college. Funny enough, because college can be very destructive and misleading. But during that period, that was the period when my relationship with Jesus was on fire. When I tell you, I was starving for Jesus. I would turn down girls, beautiful girls that wanted me. I would just turn them down because my focus, my mind, everything was just on Jesus. And if I got on the bus, I had a Bible in my bag. I would sleep Jesus, I would wake up Jesus. Everything I was doing was about God. Everything I was doing. And I wasn't the type of person to force Christianity on anybody. It was just me personally searching for the truth. Now, by doing that, by constantly, every fiber of me, every breath that I took was for Jesus, is the reason why Jesus had revealed himself to me 3 times. And this is why I always tell myself, it doesn't matter what any other religion that I encounter, I don't think I will leave Christianity because I saw Jesus 3 times. And that is a good enough reason for me to never leave Christianity. It doesn't matter whether Islam or becoming a Buddhist or whatever religion it is, it will not have enough power to mislead me and not believe in Jesus. Whether historians and scientists that say Jesus never existed, it doesn't matter. It's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is because I saw it. That is a good enough evidence. And one thing that also I need to clarify here, as a young person, especially when you're in college, it is important to have a relationship with Jesus. It will keep you grounded. It will keep you in the right direction. It will help you to make the right choices in life. Let me get to the point. So, first time I saw Jesus. The first time I saw Jesus, I finished praying, then I went to bed. Bear in mind, I think I was 18 at that time. I went to bed and then I had a dream. In the dream, I was in a room. I can't fully describe how the room looked like, but I can definitely tell you what I saw in terms of the person that was present. I saw an angel. I saw a man with these massive wings, and he was extremely tall and massive. I looked at the angel and I knew instantly that it was an angel. I looked at the angel and I spoke to the angel and I told him, "You do not look like a real angel to me." That's what I said. In my dream, I knew that it wasn't a real angel. But bear in mind, this person had these white, massive wings and a robe looking at me. And I said it to him, "You do not look like a real angel to me." And when I said that, it's like my dream switched. As if I was in the same place, but a different dream. And then this figure, this man, stood in front of me. This is the first time. And this is the first time I saw Jesus. But one thing I gotta tell you, Jesus, when he shows up, he doesn't need to introduce himself. He doesn't need to tell you, "I am Jesus" or "I am him." You know, because you have a lot of atheists or Muslims where they tend to ask the question, Jesus never said he was God in the Bible. That's what a lot of atheists and Muslim people ask when they want to debate on the topic of whether Jesus was God or not. Oh, Jesus never said directly, "I am God." Jesus doesn't have to introduce himself, and automatically you know that it's him that you're seeing. You're not seeing your uncle, your granddad. You're not seeing anybody. You just know it's Jesus. So when you talk about when you ask the question whether Jesus mentioned whether he was God or not, it's like me or a man or a woman entering the room and introducing themselves, "I am a woman" or "I'm a man." The only time you say that you are a man or I'm a woman is you are not a man, if you understand what I'm saying. I will introduce myself with my name. My name is Bruno. I will not enter a room and say I'm a man. Jesus doesn't need to do that and say enter a room and say I'm God. You understand? But anyways, back to the dream. So he stood in front of me. I am going to he did not say a word to me. He just looked at me. He revealed himself to me. You know, and sometimes I just ask myself, do I deserve to see him? Anyways, I keep going off topic. But yeah, so let me describe to you how he looked like. This man stood in front of me, and his face was as clear as day. He did not have any scar on his face, not a wrinkle, nothing. It's almost like a bottle, of, like a clear bag or a bottle. I'm just describing his feature, right? And then imagine this. Imagine this. That's how it was. His face was glowing, as if he had a light inside of him. You couldn't see any scars, any spots, any blackheads, nothing. It was just like putting a white light inside a clear bag or a bottle, whatever. That is the best wordly way I can describe how his skin looked like. He had a beard, but his beard wasn't long. It's almost like the length of mine, but a little bit thicker. And the beard was as white as snow, extremely white and clear. He didn't have a long beard. He was nice and leveled. He was wearing a white robe. It was so long that it covered his feet. It's the sort of white that you can't find it on earth. It was like just white and spotless. It was white and spotless, the robe. Now, his hair. He did not have a long hair. He had a short hair, but not bald. It was almost curly, but down to here. It's just curly hair. And his hair was also white, extremely white. There was not a string of hair that was black or grey. It was just white, curlish kind of hair, and the short beard. Best feature about him, let me tell you now, it was this. It was this. He did not have eyeball or eyelashes or anything. His eyes were just glowing like light bulb. It was if, man, it is so difficult to explain or to describe how he looked. But you can get an image of what I'm trying to explain to you. You see my eyes. You know, you can tell what color my eyes is. You couldn't tell his eye color because he was just like a light bulb. It's like a white light bulb just glowing out of him. Again, he had short hair, curlish kind of hair down to his ears almost. His skin, it was like this. It was just glowing. You can tell there was light inside of him. His beard was short, almost like mine, but just fuller but not long. That was his beard. He had a white robe. He looked at me, he didn't say a word, and then I woke up, and instantly I knew who he was. Instantly I just knew who he was. And the whole day, that day, the whole week, I kept thinking about him. I kept thinking about him, and I was like, I just saw Jesus. I saw Jesus. Moving on to the second time I saw Jesus. In this dream, right? In this dream, remember, this is at the same period of time where my relationship with Jesus was on fire. I had a strict relationship with Jesus.